The ACA. Anybody got any questions right off the bat on healthcare coming up, changes? All depends on number of employees and this and that and the other thing, but and you guys are what, 500 and, you know, Jody is 1, Brian is 1, you know. What are the big headlines coming up for 2017 ACA-wise, healthcare-wise? Rates are going up, I assume, again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard yesterday that the exchange in Tennessee, the marketplace, is in October looking at a 44% rate increase. That's the first now I've heard. Maybe somebody else has heard more, but those numbers are starting to come out. So, Aetna, if you heard the big news yesterday, bailing out all except for about 4 of the exchanges. That's anybody's guess.
Yeah. And we don't want to have a healthcare discussion, but if anybody's got questions or if there's big things coming up, it is obviously one of the big benefits issues in hiring and retaining and everything else is competing with the Burlington Northerns of the world for benefits and whatnot.
And again, rates are rates or increases are increases. And you can, if you're under 50, you know, it's kind of same old. But other than deductibles and co-insurance are going up and rates are going up, but you know, it wasn't in 15 if you were, you know, an applicable large employer, you were 100 plus, and now in 16 you're an applicable large employer, you're 50 plus. So you have to start doing your reporting. We're making sure your carrier is doing that for you, and filing those with the IRS and making sure your employees get those copies for their tax records. So, and then there's computations on how to keep track of, you know, not only your full-time people, but your full-time equivalents, and what those numbers then may add up to be, so that it might take you from 49 to 51 or vice versa. And the list goes on. So, we don't have to get into a total healthcare discussion, but
yeah,
just need to be aware of a lot of things.
Anything, Darcy, off the top of your head that you think people need to be aware of?
Healthcare's a 3-day discussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
My biggest headache for the ACA is trying to figure out how to code the offer of coverage. Like, because there's one A, one B, one C, one D, and they all seem to apply. So it's just trying to figure that out. I'm hoping that a simplified instructions will come out sometime soon. Because it's just such a headache. Trying to sit there and figure out how to code and
Almost got to be a full-time job.
it is.
Yeah.
It's all I do for 2 months. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody have any tips? Clarify.
I don't have any tips, but I could maybe have one of our staff reach out. We actually, because the ACA, again, in staffing, it can be a nightmare too of who's eligible, who's not. And, but Jill Benson, our controller, and Robin Mock may be able to provide you some information to help you with that. They're involved with it daily, so
Okay.
maybe I can get your card or something afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I suppose that's something too, as far as, you know, millennials, the employer might be of a different age bracket than the person or people they're trying to hire. Benefits may not be as important to the 30-year-old person as it is to the 60-year-old employer. Where the employer is pushing that as, here's the great benefits we offer. That person may not care about health, dental, vision as much. Always something to keep in mind.
I think one of the biggest things there is explaining the risk that they're taking as an employee.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest part for employers. I think that's the hardest part for employers to get across to their employees is the risk you're taking by not taking any, or what insurance you can get relatively cheap and cover the risk if you get hurt or disabled or any of those things. And the companies I've been talking to is, well, the employees don't see the value in what we're doing, so why do we do it? Or how do I explain to them what the value is here? And I think that's one of the things we run into the most.
How much this costs.
It affects later. You know, we had somebody that decided not to take health insurance with a previous employee or employer, switched switched companies, so they should have had the
Cobra.
change of life event. But since they didn't have it before, they still had to wait until open enrollment, because you have to have coverage in place in order for the change of life to become an effect. Is that correct, Darcy?
There was no loss of coverage since they didn't have it, so it wasn't a qualifying event. So they would have had to go through the eligibility period with their new employer.
If the company is small and really can't afford to offer full health benefits, is there any value in, say, offering something like Aflac? Or is there good value, or how does that look at?
Voluntary benefits are valuable, but the employee just has to understand it is not health insurance, but there are, many other things that employees are looking for. So whether that's Aflac or Unum or, what other company that offers it, yeah, it's a good option.